This is your daily market recap for Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great day. Another choppy day. Recording this video right before the close, so we'll see if some things change. But at this point, a lot of chop. I will say this. If you were paying attention, please grab a notepad. Take note of this. Unemployment claims are starting to rise significantly. That's something that we haven't seen in what seems like since the start of this recession, which, again, we could argue that unemployment is up, but it seems people are getting multiple jobs. People are trying to hold on to their current jobs, bouncing around. Unemployment rate has been low. If unemployment starts rising, I'm telling you right now, the recession will only get greater. The credit crunch, the credit contraction is intensifying on a magnitude I haven't seen in forever. Credit default swaps, even on the United States debt, are growing. They're higher than Greece and some of the crappiest European countries in the world. Not crappy meaning the way that they're financially managed. Great places. Would love to live in Greece. Would love to go to Greece. Places such and such. But point being, things are changing rapidly. And this is the hardest part about the market. They hold the market up for distribution, just like at the lows. When they hold it at the lows, it's for accumulation. And I know people are getting sick and tired of waiting. Trust me, I get it. Try to take time off the table. If you have short-dated puts, dangerous. Better be lucky. If you are shorting, you give yourself ample time and thought processes. Again, set your stops, define your risk. But I'm telling you right now, something isn't right. This feels very ominous, very similar to, say, like fall of, was it 2008, if I remember correctly, market rallied back up, and then it was like kapow. Distribution, accumulation. Again, the market's meant to take the most amount of money for the most amount of people. If you're new to the channel, want to check out the Discord room, link in the description below. Again, I apologize, have not been as involved as much as I'd love to be. Right now, I have a lot going on in my life, family issues that I'm trying to take care of, and I appreciate all the support and love and people posting, updating, seeing what they see, continuously helping out those that are newer. Again, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You don't have to, but it's better to give than receive. You're helping yourself, teaching yourself, you're learning by giving more. So on that note, again, if you want to join the Discord room, links in the description below. Hit me up on Twitter. Again, posted some of the things we're watching today, right? What were some of the things that we're watching? Well, this is where it gets interesting. People keep saying the Chinese yuan to replace US dollar. They're dumping Chinese debt. I've said this for what seems like months. The dollar is not done by any means, and the feds want people to buy our treasuries. Let's keep that in mind. Some of the other trades, Disney breaking trend lines, AMD filling the gap. Again, we'll get into all of that. Either way, check me out on Twitter, follow, like, subscribe. Same thing for YouTube. Always posting videos every night. Live chats as well. You want the notifications for the live chats. I'm telling you, they're a lot of fun. Get involved. If you need help in general, thetradingagent.com is where to go to. Daily market reviews, back to basics, any real estate questions. Here's the recommended reading. Again, the Back to Basics series starts with more what I would consider beginner information to more advanced. So if you have any questions, again, always reach out. Be humble. Again, if you don't know something, you don't understand something, have humility. Do not be scared to ask. 'Cause what's the worst thing I say? I can't answer. I don't know. I'm not around. I'll try to. People who know me know that I give 1,000% to try to help people because, again, I've been there. We all need help learning at some point. All right, FedWatch tool. We talked about this. Basically a lock for a pause in June. The only question is that once this starts dropping here, don't be surprised if all of a sudden this starts picking up a rate cut. I think things are about to slow down significantly, pretty quickly. And people aren't seeing it, but again, it's all the devil's in the details. All right. Bitcoin. Head and shoulders top. Watch. I mean, we're literally sitting on the precipice before a potential unloading. And now, again, a lot of people like Bitcoin for the long term, just like I like gold, Bitcoin, all that stuff. I think it's about to pull back hard because, again, inflation is entrenching. I don't give a crap what the data says because, again, they've manipulated how they essentially dictate the data, how they manufacture it. Something's not right. I'm telling you right now. Again, go look at Europe and other places, like even Japan. Their inflation rates unsustainably high, staying high. For ours to be at what they say they are, I don't believe them a minute. Oil, what have we said? Demand destruction is coming. OPEC is cutting. Well, I anticipate they're going to cut again at some point. But here's the problem, right? For oil, it's just going to be choppy and sloppy. How much downside? I don't know. But the mid-60s are clearly support. And look what happened. We rejected here. So now watch what happens here. If we hold back up, maybe we can get back into 80 levels. If not, I expect to chop until what? I expect oil to get destroyed when the markets dump. Now, again, I could be wrong. It depends on the dollar. But we've talked about that again. Commodities should rise when the Feds do what? They pivot. I don't think they're at the pivot point yet. But things I think are going to drop quickly. Because again, look at the evidence. Stay evidence-based. I know it's so hard. I know it's hard. Natural gas, I don't know why he keeps telling me that. Leave it alone. Every single day of my trading existence, it seems like, since literally, I don't know, it seems like for years. What do you think about natural gas? Well, I say the same thing every video. Come on, back it up. Why are you not showing? Whatever, this trading range. There is a trading range. Let me see if I can reset it and get it go. Whatever. Come on, give it to me. Yes. It's just going to be choppy. That's my opinion. I know that's not what people want to hear. I know they want to hear some sort of flashy, exciting information. I don't think there is any. The dollar. Watch the dollar. As we've said, I think it's going much higher. Remember, we were the ones who called the top up here. Go watch the previous video. Said it was overextended, been up too much too fast. Now we're making a higher low and a series of higher lows. It's very obvious, right? We are making higher lows. Clear? I mean, I don't know, whatever. You can draw it. Trend lines aren't as important, right? Like they can be fugazied. But let's draw one right here. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Now, again, trend lines, don't bring a ruler. But it looks like something's happening here, okay? So just make sure you do yourself a favor and keep an eye on this, because sometimes the gaps start to move. Professional gaps, right? Professional gaps. I know this is the UUP, but sometimes the bigger gaps are more powerful. You're seeing it. Keep an eye on it. Again, like the dollar, watch the bonds. Now, again, in the same kind of breadth of things. They've been in choppy ranges. They start moving outside of the ranges, that's what you need to pay attention to. Because again, no one gives a crap if rates hold between 110 and 103. What I'd be curious is, again, because I still think but the Feds want people to buy treasuries. We'll see what happens. I think they'll get their way eventually. The VIX, now again, the market's last couple minutes of the day, chopping around. VIX, chop. I mean, you could argue this is a little head and shoulder, knees and toes pattern, right? Here's your left shoulder, here's your cabeza, here's your right shoulder, right? I don't know for sure, but it feels like, again, I love when this compresses, because what happens after a compression of the VIX? Explosion. Now, again, anyone who's thinking this is a bear market's over, again, go study. You've never seen a bear market end with a VIX in the 38. I've seen impulses based on nothing, go to 50 many times. So we're not there yet. Don't even try that. Don't even. Sorry, not the Qs. The VIVIX. What have we said? Needs to clear 100s. What does it keep doing? Rejection. But this is the thing, right? Do you not see the VIX of the VIX starting to wake up? Is it not compressing? Like it's about to go higher? Right? Compression? Right? Right, my friend. Compression. I mean, this is when it just lived in a higher. Obviously, here you go. Something's coming. Now, again, the rate of the VIX growing can only decelerate as it gets so high, right? Because it's once you get to a certain high point, just like at the lows, it can only go lower, like the volatility, right? Squeezing or compressing. Because, again, you can't keep sustained rates of change. SPY. 5 minutes to the close. What do we see here? Another doji. Watching the 20-day. Now, again, this candle looks very ominous. I'm curious. Again, I'll review it if something looks any different after the close, because this will close in 4 minutes. Telling you, something doesn't look right. QQQ. Pump in on some of the AI. Again, AI, AIO. You just never hear the end of it. We're at the 20-month, essentially. Huy, ay caramba. I mean, this is just getting stupid. Very, very stupid. When someone says, oh, well, why are you being emotional? I'm like, no, I'm not being emotional. It's just, okay. I mean, you got to be a goofball to really be chasing the Qs up here. Now, again, the only reason why I think we could hold up is if inflation really goes bonkers. And inflation, is it? I don't know. That's the question. Again, because, again, they'll buy stocks. Think of like Argentina, all these places. Like, they'll just endlessly buy stocks if things get runaway inflation, hyperinflation. We'll see. I mean, it's trying to climb that wall of worry. Got to argue, or sorry, can't argue that. IWM. This is where, again, we start getting the data that doesn't make sense. Lagging. Qs are up here. IWM way the hell down here. Something's wrong. DIA. Disney didn't do any justice to this thing today. However, still holding up. Essentially, when I say holding up, you want to see it get below the 230 before you really get bearish. Oh, gold. Oh, gold. Oh, gold. Talked about this could be a trap. Professional gap down, backfill, and then go. And long term, very bullish on gold, but I'm not seeing, again, second quarter weakness potentially could happen here. I'd be very careful because when you start digging in, it's like, what's silver doing? Ay caramba. Professional gap. Uh-oh. Telling you right now, that does not look good. And if silver starts taking the poop down, you better be careful. Well, let's look at the miners. Dan, tell me about the miners. They usually lead. What did we say? Again, I'm not trying to yell. Let's just whisper it. The miners lead. The junior miners will be even more of a lead. But does this look good? Is that not a double top goodbye? And I'm talking about not a goodbye. GDXJ. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs, right? Something doesn't look right about what we're watching here. Keep an eye on it, because now the 20 days curling down and we're below the 20-day. AG. I mean, again, these names should be higher. This looks like crap. Just not that much to say. AEM. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Some of these bigger names have been looking really good. Is that a professional gap below the 20-day? Usually you could float around it, but that's not the close you want if you're bullish. I'm sorry. These just look bearish. I'll get so many DMs saying, oh, you're an idiot with the miners. It's like, no, I've been trading gold and miners forever. I know how they work. I just don't know always when things are going to happen or how high things will go. But I'm telling you right now, here's another sign. Newmont, not even close to the January highs. Should be leading, following up, whatever you want to call. That is ugly as crap. Old trend line right there. Ay caramba, be careful. First Solar. Sorry, not First Solar. PAAS. Sorry. Look at this. Look at this long wick. I think they had earnings, maybe. Or something's going on here. That is not good. That is not good. What time is this? 1:58. Here comes the close. AM Dizzle. Let's get into tech. No gap left behind. Clearly. Watching that, right? Taiwan Semi. Things that don't look good, right? Just another lower high, 20-day drop. Micron all over the place today, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Again, cannot get over the 64 level. NVIDIA. Well, look at that. Done. I mean, is that, again, is this trapping up here? Again, if you go look at the weekly previous videos, there's some resistance up here. I'm very curious to see if it continue on. I personally don't think it will. Intel. Not looking so good, y'all. Watch the 100-day. Is this a gap to start it? Speed up the process? I don't know. SMH. We talked about it. Again, here's the close. We'll see what happens. This doesn't look good. I mean, you could argue now. I know this is a lot of time. This is why people struggle. Like, all formations are just, can repeat. Is this shampoo bottle? And is it going to be stuck up Adam Sandler's what? Meaning potentially the Bulls? Keep an eye on it, because it doesn't look good. I mean, you can argue this is like a flaggy flag, right? Like, just a bear flag before it goes over. And again, I'm not a flag person. I don't wave a flag, bull or bearish. But I watch this because I go, all right, double top within. Is it going to roll over? Roll over, little doggy. Adobe. This thing's over. This thing has been topped. Just dead cat bounce. Apple. That's not the close. Anyone see the 10-minute close? Doji. Keep an eye on it. It doesn't really look that good. Amazon attempting to break out of this choppiness, but guess what? We're coming into Viva la Resistance. Keep an eye on it. CRM. Talked about the 200 plus level being massive resistance. That looks like a damn pivot point to me. Is that a bull trap, novice gap trap? Because it looks, it feels, it smells like cotton. No. If you know that joke or that tagline. Look the feel of cotton. That doesn't look good. Guggenheim. Another $4 today. No gap left behind. Right? No gap left behind. No, sorry, not that one. This one right here. Yeah. Keep it on. I mean, it could go a little higher. I mean, I personally think this is very distributive. You got to be a, can't say it, clown to buy today, but that's what people do. Meta. Sold into the close. Look at that. Talked about this as a repeating pattern. Huge gap to end the move. He thought it was there. Did pull back, but everyone's calling for, not everyone, just Scott, 250. I doubt it. Microsoft, Mr. Softy. I mean, if another no gap left behind thing. Here you go. Hits it yesterday. Looking a little tired. NDAQ. This thing sucks. We've talked about it a million times. 20-day. Looks stuck. MicroStrategy. Here you go. If Bitcoin's about to break, MicroStrategy about to get what? The hammer. Now, what's the hammer? I don't know. But come on down. Netflix. Again, Disney doing badly. This is funny how it's rallying. And I know exactly why it's rallying. Because it's like, oh, well, if Disney's not winning the war, then Netflix is. It's like, maybe that's because they're saturated. Maybe it's because the point of there's not much juice on the, meat on the bone for this stuff. Roblox. We talked about it. Gap, man, I didn't even see that one, but look at that. If you shorted 41.29, it looks good. I mean, it looks, talked about the gap down, stop giving guidance, monthly guidance. Doesn't look that good. Tesla, chopping. It's dead. It's just a matter of where it fails. Oh, gosh, where it fails. Game over candle, confirmed. Just let it do what it's going to do. I'm telling you right now, the stock is going to be hard. I personally probably wouldn't trade it as much until what? You probably should be shorting right here at 173. If you're not getting it, then that's to my guesstimate. Starbucks, it's on my list. People are talking about it. Talk about the gap down with earnings. Look at this. XDiv. Couldn't even get bought on XDiv. Materials. This is where it's starting to get ugly. New lows. Oh, global growth. Inflation. New core, same thing. Gap down today. Made a new low. We'll see. Letter cat. Meow. The caterpillar. Chopping at range lows doesn't look good. VALE, we've said this one has just been looking like straight poops. Going nowhere fast. Arrow. Talked about earnings. Gap down. Oh my God. Hence we said take profits up here. Watch it on a pullback here in time. But man, that looks like it's heading south. Now again, don't be surprised if it has like a little counter move, but if it doesn't follow up, it's going down. CCJ, a lot of folks telling me I'm an idiot for telling them to lay off of it. Well, guess what? Every time it hits the upper range, I've said you probably need to take profits. Now it's another lower high, left-right combo pivot point. There's someone on StockTwits who's incessant, like, oh, this is going to the moon. I'm like, I'll see you in the low 20s, maybe in the teens, playa. CF, I didn't want to say I thought today was a buy. Well, actually, I did. I don't know. In my mind, I was like, man, these things have gotten hammered. NTR had earnings. I like this reaction. Now, again, what I'd like to see is I don't think the market makers are going to rip these things higher. I think you're just going to see them accumulate down here as people get scared. Mosaic, same kind of thing. I like the ag names. People got to eat. I just don't know what prices. Now, again, you know for a fact, with the VIX explodes, you don't know where these could go. That's why I was looking at NTR. I don't know if people saw. I posted this on Twitter. I said, watch the 59 to 55 level. That's pretty bullish in my opinion. But does that mean it has to be the bottom? I would think that this now becomes a base. Maybe you can trap later on with a new low. I would keep an eye on it. Again, I like the ag names. AA, like aluminum too. But problem is, these things just all look nasty. XLF, if you shorted the mid-32s, congrats. You shorted up here, even better. Not surprised, lagging. Financials do not look good. JP Morgan, Diamond saying, don't let people short banks. Okay. Here you go. Rejection up here. Bounce. Not surprised. Looking rather suspect. Again, financials lead the market. They don't look good, y'all. Morgan Stanley at the lows. Goldman Sachs. Not at the lows, but again, failed at the 100. Just doesn't look good. KRE, every day I feel like regional banks they don't look good, y'all. Commercial real estate exposure, dangerous. Speaking of copper, look at SCCO. Ew, that doesn't look good. Very distributed. This is like the backside, Livermore saying, like they distribute up here and then short, and then they pull the plug and it gets everybody's to bleh. XBI. This one's been tough. Again, I don't like shorting things at the lows. Like, again, we'll zoom out. But we'll see. Is this a trend line? Again, I don't know. No. This one's hard. Things have been beaten up, but if it starts rolling over, novice gap trap. Anybody? Okay. Tan. Talk about solar is the easiest short in history, in my opinion. It's not even getting any bounces. ENPH, this thing's gotten totally demolished. Just going nowhere. Sedge, like it. Come on, just get a little higher. Get a little higher. It might not, though. I'd love to see it try to fill the gap. Again, I'm mostly all in, but if you're watching this, cool. First solar, this is where it gets interesting, right? The 100-day. Watch the 100-day in the gap, right? And when you remember, it can wick. It's pretty crazy, but watch the mid 180s. That might be the best short there. HYG, and we'll get through oil and wrap it up. Not acting well. Again, you would think corporate debt would be holding up well. Not oil. We said chopping, slopping, be careful, leave it alone. Natural gas, leave it alone. UNG is absolutely worst ETF. Wait for it to reverse split. XOP doesn't look good, y'all. Does not look good. Range lows in play coming. ExxonMobil, we've talked about it. If you short in the 116s and follow this channel, you got a pretty good price. 200-day making lower lows. Watch out. Is this a professional gap to start the next move down? Ay caramba, Oxy. Does it look great? No. But it's holding the range lows. Just keep an eye on it. PX Dizzle. I like this stock if it at some point at lower price. I think they do get bought out, but I don't know. Just leave it alone. Exxon supposedly in talks. I don't know if they'll do anything. EQT. No, and it with Flex LNG. Chopping. Flex LNG. Chopping. Again, I think we're going to be a long-term exporter of natural gas. If you have any questions, please reach out. Always here to help. I appreciate the love, the support, the understanding of what I'm going through, and being supportive. Again, I've got a lot of really nice texts, emails, just checking in. Hey, are you okay? You good? Everything good? You know, that kind of stuff. So it's been tough for me, but I appreciate everybody. If you have any questions, please reach out. Again, here to always help. Let me know what I can do. In the end, education is the key. You don't want to try to get rich quick or get lucky. So I will talk to you guys and gals in the Discord room or hit me up. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.